So now it's time for the Asaf Sirkis fun fact section of the interview. So I'm going to ask you some questions that have nothing to do with music or production or writing or drumming. It's more about you. So when you're not playing music or creating or rehearsing or touring or recording or producing, what do you like to do?
Well, I like to read a lot,
Fiction or nonfiction?
mostly non-fiction actually.
Great.
Yeah, variety of subjects. Currently I'm studying some psychology,
Mhm.
um, and I just we just spoke before the interview. I just been reading Kenny Aronoff's autobiography, which is a lot of fun to read.
Yeah.
If I recommend to any drummer. It really captures the spirit of the 70s and 80s, in the pop rock business in
Yeah.
America and also globally. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I like to keep in shape, do a lot of exercise, keep a healthy diet, meditate when I can.
Great.
Just keep a balanced life whenever I can, because as you know, the life of being a creator of music or an artist, you can say, and especially touring musician, can be extremely unbalanced.
Yeah.
Just trying always to find us back myself in a center and get back to myself before I go off again on tours and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
That's great. Where in the world have you never been to that is number one on your list, other than my house?
India.
India. Ooh, nice. And what's the attraction to India? Is it the food? Is it the spices? Is it the music?
Indian music. I've been studying Indian music for the last 25 years. And
Wow. So are you
yeah,
into the Carnatic singing
Carnatic,
music?
yes.
Great.
Carnatic, yes. Yeah. Luckily, there is a lot. It's a huge community of South Indian musicians and South Indian in general
Yeah.
in London. So I hooked up with an amazing teacher, and he taught me the spoken rhythmic language, which is called Konakol. Um, I still sometimes do concerts with him, which are
Oh, wow.
completely Carnatic classical music.
Do you want to
Uh,
give us a little sample?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I love that music. I love that music.
I mean, Konakol is a very math oriented or kind of almost like geometry in rhythm.
Right.
Let me think of something. Okay, something small and simple.
Okay.
Takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango, takita tom, takitiku takita tango.
I love it. Wonderful music. I love it. And the Mridi Dungam, along with the tablas, are probably the two most challenging percussion instruments to play. Certainly the darbuka, the doumbek, the djembe, they're all can be challenging, but I think the Mridi Dungam is really something. And the Tamil is
I feel, yes.
yeah, you got the caps on fingers and a stick, and it's like you hold it like a
Incredible,
barrel.
yes.
Yeah, there's a gentleman who we have been featuring for about nine of the almost 11 years of Drum Talk TV, Dr. Abdul. Uh, what Stephen, help me out. What's Abdul's name? Hamil, and his music is amazing. What he does with teacups and what he
Right.
does with the Tamil, it's amazing. I love that. That's your region of choice because there's so much rich culture there, and a
Yeah.
lot of it, stemming from music, the music and the singing and the dance and the fashion and everything. So
Yeah,
that's awesome.
the rhythmic language of India has really opened my eyes to a lot of rhythm that was otherwise unseen before I was exposed to that tradition. So I have learned so much and still learning a lot from it. Of course, I'm nothing like anything like my teacher or some of the amazing masters there's out there who that's what they do every day, all day since they are 3 years old. But it has expanded and enriched my rhythmic life in a very, very profound way. And I've actually got um, a little course on the internet on my YouTube channel, which is called Mastering Rhythm with Konakol. If anyone wants to check that out, again, it's free and most of it is also ad free. It's like a whole course in the basics of Konakol, South Indian vocal percussion, and takes some of the very basics rhythmic syllables and tries to translate it to something that a Western musician can benefit from.
Oh, that's great. That's a nice buffer. And I want to correct myself. I had the right letters, but in the wrong order. It's Dr. Abdul Halim, who we've been featuring for about 9 years of our 11 years on Drum Talk TV. Teacups, Muridi Dungam, the Tavil, just amazing, amazing percussion. And he's in the southern tip of India near Chennai, which is the largest port in the world, actually. Just amazing music from that region. So I'd
Yeah,
love to go there someday and do a documentary on the music of that region.
that's amazing. Yeah. Well, the tawil is just an insane instrument. I've played with some tawil players, and I
Have
tell
you?
you that drum is almost as loud as a drum kit.
Yeah, yeah, just the one drum. And it's literally like a
Yeah.
barrel with a really big
Yeah.
rim that's like this round
Yeah.
a radius. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
if you find a video real quickly by Abdul, please put that in the comments with some reference to what we're talking about. It's really interesting. Have you seen Usaf, have you seen Steve Smith's work with the
Yes.
Carnatic? Yeah, that's
Yes,
quite
I know. Actually,
impressive.
I know Steve, and actually, I interviewed him for my channel in a series of interviews I did my channel about Konako. Uh,
Nice.
yes, and we had a long chat about some of his compositions and how he got into it. He got into this stuff much earlier than a lot of other guys that now it's a
From the
kind of
West. Yeah.
almost a mainstream thing, and there's
Yeah.
plenty of YouTube videos, lots online. But when I joined that kind of thing, there was very little. When he joined, there was nothing.
Right, right.
So it
He got
was,
in early.
yeah. I mean, the first guy that started bringing all that to the West was Trichy Sankaran, who is an amazing mridangam player, a real master who was very well known in South India and immigrated to Canada, where in the 70s, I think, or even late 60s, and started a course in a university. I can't remember the name of the
Oh,
university,
wow.
but he was the first guy, and he wrote an amazing book which is called The Art of Konakol, which I think still to this day is one of the best books about Konakol. If anyone wants it in a book format, the information,
Yeah,
his book is just the one to look for. Yeah.
that's great.